Well, hello there and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode of Rikipedia. Today I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about one of my favorite rides at Universal Orlando. That would be the Incredible Hulk roller coaster. But before we begin, we publish theme park videos on this channel all the time. So click that subscribe button and that bell notification button so you'll know when another video is ready for you to view. And now it's time to Hulk out on Universal's fastest roller coaster. Well, as of the year 2020, it is still the fastest one there. That may change in 2021 when the Velocicoaster opens, but as for right now, the Hulk smashes all other rides. And now let's get to the particulars of this coaster. The Hulk roller coaster is located at Universal's Islands of Adventure theme park in Orlando, Florida. Specifically, it sits inside of Marvel Superhero Island. It first opened in May of 1999, but closed for an extensive refurb in September of 2015. It then reopened in August of 2016. It has 8 cars per train. Riders are arranged 4 across in a single row for a total of 32 riders per train. The height restriction for this ride is 54 inches. There is a Universal Express queue, a single rider line, and a child swap area. The restraint system used on these cars is an over-the-shoulder restraint. It is a steel roller coaster with a tire-propelled launch at the start. The launch tunnel is 150 feet long and set at a 30-degree angle. That launch will take you to 40 miles per hour in 2 seconds and eventually take you to a top speed of 67 miles per hour. The Hulk has a height of 110 feet and a drop of 105 feet. The total length of the track is 3,700 feet. The Incredible Hulk roller coaster has a ride duration of about 2 minutes and 15 seconds, during which you will encounter G-force levels of 4. The Hulk roller coaster has 7, count them, that is 7 inversions. That means you go upside down a lot. So what does all that mean? That means the Hulk is one fast, thrilling ride that will leave you a little loopy when you get off. And here's one of Rick's tricks. In my opinion, the back row for the Hulk roller coaster is the best row. I know a lot of people like the front row of roller coasters, and that is very good on the Hulk. But in my opinion, try that back row. I feel like it's the best. And the main reason for that is because of that shootout. You get another, maybe 20 feet of shootout. You're in that launch tunnel a little bit longer when you sit in that back row. But hey, you know what? Try it both ways. Try the front row, try the back row, and you be the judge which one is best. And now, how about a little history regarding this Hulk roller coaster? It is an original ride for Islands of Adventure. It was there on opening day in 1999. However, in 2015, they tore it completely down, rebuilt it from the ground up, and reopened it in 2016. The layout of the track did not change during the refurb. It kept the same launch, it kept the same loops and turns that it always had. The refurb was mainly involved to have modifications to the entrance and to the queue and to the storyline. They did improve the smoothness of the ride by replacing some of the old steel track, and they added some new trains which included onboard audio improvements and special lighting effects. And now that you know a little bit about the history of the Hulk coaster, let's talk about the queue and the storyline, the backstory for this ride. Before we get in line for this ride, we must put everything in a locker. No loose articles whatsoever are allowed. There is a metal detector in the queue that guests must pass through. If you try to get through this metal detector with keys or a cell phone, the team members will send you out of the queue and to a locker. But now that we've placed our loose items in a locker, we can head into the queue and take a look at that. We've got the big green fella right at the beginning of the queue to welcome us as we enter. And it appears the big fella has just snatched one of the coaster cars right off of the tracks. In fact, the tracks used in this entrance is actually from the original coaster that was built in 1999. So with the backstory of this ride, we are stepping inside of a high security research compound commanded by General Thunderbolt Ross. We have volunteered to be test subjects for a science experiment based on the work of Dr. Bruce Banner. And at the General's word, our group will be blasted with gamma radiation. At the center of this queue is a large gamma ray generator, and along the walls are screens showing the names of some of the test subjects and the results of their experiments. And then once we get to the front of the line, there is a large monitor showing us some of the test subjects as they hulk out as a result of the gamma ray blast they received. Okay, we've talked about the history, we talked about the queue, we talked about the backstory. Enough of that. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of this. Let's talk about the ride itself. Time to get on the ride and receive our gamma ray blast and hulk out. The team members will direct us to our seats and secure us into the coaster. Once the coaster starts moving, we head into a 150-foot gamma ray launch tunnel. During our climb up this tunnel, we hear a voice say, initiating gamma exposure, Hulk transformation, accelerating, do not be afraid. We are then launched out of the tunnel, going from around 9 miles per hour to 40 miles per hour in 2 seconds flat. Upon exiting the gamma ray tunnel, the coaster immediately goes into a 0G roll, down a 105-foot drop, and into a cobra roll over the lagoon. We then complete a vertical loop, go under the bridge to Marvel Superhero Island via a tunnel full of mist. The coaster then circles that gamma ray tunnel we were launched from and into a corkscrew. Now we go on to a smaller vertical loop wrapped around the mid-course brake run, which is flanked by 2 overbanked turns. The coaster is slowed down by the mid-course brake platform before being sent down another hill into a corkscrew and a turnaround, and then down and around to the on-ride camera zone, and then to the ride's final brake run after a helix section on the track. Keep in mind that during this whole experience, an on-ride sound system is pumping an incredible, intense soundtrack composed by Patrick Stump of Fall Out Boy. This soundtrack added by Patrick Stump really is a great element to the ride. It was included in the 2016 refurb, and it does make the ride very, very enjoyable. Now, on a personal note, the Hulk roller coaster is one of my all-time favorite rides in the Orlando area. Any theme park in the area, this is one of my favorite rides. It's fast, it's thrilling, it's a must-do when visiting Universal Orlando. So there you go, guys. That's everything you need to know about the Incredible Hulk roller coaster. And with all that being said, don't miss the magic, don't miss the fun. Thanks for watching Rick's Flix, and now it's time to relax. Today, I would like to personally thank the real stars of the channel, our supporters on Patreon. These are the people that really keep the channel going. We'll start with the executive producers. Thank you so much, Candace McBride, Randall Rittenberry, Hank Spalding, Andrew Bundle, U.S. Storm Shelters, Joshua Rush, the Luke family, Catherine and Daddy Dave, Wayne Fitzpatrick, Elizabeth McClutchney, Brett and Carla W., Michelle and Paul R., Jeff Howard, Tom Elridge, Cameron Alder, the A-Team, Allie and AJ, Anita and Jim, Angelina Twazer, Joe Sims, Warren and Don Kulo, David Heiser, the Millers from Scotland, Matthew Sargent, James Cletus, Kayla Cox, Paul Redmond, Neil Whitaker, Chad Michelle, Sonia Tucci, and Brandon Anders. And now to thank our regular Patreon producers, Brittany Keys, Larry Gans, Michelle, Shane Morrow, the Perez family, Desi, Adam Kazanecki, Armando Covelli, Ash Gauthier, John Andine, Sherry South, TJ and Shannon, Will Antico, Brett and Mindy West, Bree and AJ, Andreas Martinez, Craig Conley, James Conley, Ben Van Litt, Hannah Fowler, Chloe White, Daniel Oberbecker, Jess Melandro, Jose Reyes, Hawthorne, Jeffrey and Mugga, Nicole Bergstein, Shayna Rassman, Matt Weaver, Rob Racer 66, Ricardo Justin, Josh Grabiak, Kiss My, John W. Gosby, and Stephen Brodude.